What is up, everyone? My name is Ryan. I live in Cambodia. I make videos so you can see what it's like to live in the Kingdom of Wonder. Behind me here, this building right here, that is the Russian market, more commonly known to the locals as Toul Tompoung market. It's kind of a tourist hotspot. I think a lot of tourists come here and buy souvenirs. Maybe they want to spend the day down in Toul Tompoung, the Russian market area. And that's what this video is about. A day out in the Toul Tompoung area, aka the Russian market area. We're gonna go over breakfast, lunch, dinner, bar spots, cafes, souvenir shopping. We'll cover it all in this video, and it starts right now.
Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this.
First stop. We're heading away from the Russian market now. First stop is breakfast, and I'm gonna do up some noodles. I want the rib. Do you have rib noodles? Yeah, pork rib, yeah. The Russian market will open up at around 9 a.m. There'll be people in there, start opening their shops earlier. The wet market area, it'll open up a little bit before that. I would suggest going there for like 9 o'clock, and you should be okay to buy the souvenirs and stuff. So this place is called Hong Hut. Just a typical noodle joint. Good, breezy, good food. So this is a noodle soup with pork. I think the bones are actually from the loin. And this pork has been stewed to make the broth super moist and tender. It's one of my favorite noodle soup options. We got a teapot, free tea with every breakfast in Cambodia, almost everywhere. It's like a green tea, gives you a nice little energy kick. Here's noodles, thin rice noodles, which may be the best noodles in Cambodia. And pork, hey, look at that meat jiggle there. That's all good stuff. Look at that, beautiful. Give that a little dip in here. It's good stuff, good stuff. Oh, it's really good, it's nice and garlicky. All right, let me finish eating this breakfast.
The first thing you need to know about Toul Tompoung market is that it's pretty darn big.
That is huge. I didn't realize it was so big.
That's what she said.
All right, it's time to head into the market to look around and do some souvenir shopping. The market is divided up into sections. This is a pretty rough estimate as to where you're gonna find each section. Maybe take a screen grab of that right there. Get it before it's gone. The wet market is on the north end. Here you'll find meat, veg, fruit.
Do not recommend driving in the market.
There's a few booths that do dry goods and other grocery items. As an expat, I don't really shop for food here. I usually go to Alex Trebek Market, aka Bung Tro Bai Plaza. They just have way more fresh food options. I will pop into this area though to buy fresh soy milk for oatmeal. My oatmeal game in Cambodia is off the chain, as they say. I'm a little obsessed. Stay tuned for that video. Let me take a second here to mention that you might want to wear shoes when visiting Toul Tompoung market, especially if you want to go through the fish and seafood section. It's a little wet, a little sloppy at times. Oh, that's actually what he said, so I guess we're even now. Staying in the middle of the market and going south, you'll hit the prepared food and drink area. Now in this video, I'm not really recommending any food places in the market itself, but you definitely can find tasty food here. I've had some great meals in the market, but after seeing too many rats hanging out at the feet of people, I just can't do it anymore. No. But maybe you want to grab a nice coffee here. This is actually the spot where that rat was. Still, they make a great coffee. You can get espresso style or the Khmer style. Most of your souvenir shopping is in this area of the market. You can probably spend a good hour here browsing for knickknacks, maybe a paddywhack, maybe get your dog a bone. I'd say the souvenirs here are pretty nice. They're not too tacky. Most of it is locally made and relevant to Cambodia. Scarves or kramas are a great gift, and they're like $3 a piece or something. That reminds me, you should always negotiate when you're buying souvenirs. I've had some people throw ridiculous prices at me. Don't be afraid to do the walk away.
Yeah, how much is one shirt?
This one shirt, $7.
$7. Okay, thank you.
$5, okay?
Thank you.
$4, okay?
No, I'm looking for material.
When negotiating, I usually counter their price with something like, "What? Oh my god, I thought it would only be like $2. And then they go, "No, you're crazy." And then we go from there. You'll hear offers of morning prices or, "Okay, I'll give it to you for this much because you're my first customer." I'll tell them that I've lived in Cambodia for 2 years and if you give me a good price, I'll come back to you. That sometimes works. Just remember that the bartering process should be fun. Don't go into it feeling too defensive. If it's upsetting, if you don't like the cut of someone's jib, then maybe move on to someone else. Someone who has a better cut of jib. North of the Souvenir Area along the west side, you'll find some stationery, you'll find tools, and eventually you'll hit what I call the vehicle parts area. I think this is worth a walkthrough, even though you're probably not in the market for a new muffler. I don't know why, but I like the smell of this area. I like to see all the old motor parts hanging, the griminess. It's just different than what you see in most markets. All this talk about motor parts has made me want to take a huge dump. What? No, I just wanted to mention that the public toilets in the Russian market can be found on the west side, just outside of the market. They can be a bit rough, but if you gotta go, and that's where you gotta go, bro. Okay, let's go grab lunch and then we can come back and finish the clothing area of the market. One of my favorite spots, just across the street from the market, is lot 369. I say across the street, but to get to it, you actually have to go down an alley and up some stairs. We go here for breakfast a lot. I'd say their coffee is a top 5 coffee in Phnom Penh. You can check out their version of the classic Cambodian dish, pork and rice. I like to sit on the balcony that overlooks the market, but a lot of people prefer to stay inside where the AC is. Also, note that they have dollar coffees, cappuccinos, lattes, all types of coffee for $1 on Wednesdays. That's a great deal. If you're around on a Thursday though, and you want that dollar coffee, you can head on over to the Ministry of Cat. It's about a 5-minute walk from the market, down a quiet street. Their coffee is good, but their clientele is even better. They're a cat cafe. They also have a food menu that looks pretty good, but I've never actually eaten here, so I can't say for sure. If you just want a simple fried rice or noodles, this place across the street from the southwest corner of the market is a great option. It's cheap and their fried rice is legit. Let's head back into the market to explore the clothing area, which is a pretty big area. You'll find both knockoff clothing and real brands. How will you know the difference? Inspect the items, check for double stitching, quality of materials, taste it. I think you could probably taste quality, right? That's what they say. And the cost is probably the best way to tell. Some vendors will be upfront with you, others will avoid the topic.
Is this real Under Armour or fake?
These rows are narrow and packed with so many clothes. You could probably spend hours going through all the booths. Some sell fashion clothing. Is that a thing? Clothing that people wear to look fashionable. Some sell athletic gear. There's a bathing suit booth. You'll find shoes, leather goods, hats, vintage clothing, pretty much everything. Cambodia is a garment factory country, so a lot of the big brands make their clothing here in the Kingdom of Wonder. Sometimes an item will not quite be right. They'll put on the wrong button or the wrong tag or something. Some of those clothes end up in this market. If you're a decent negotiator, they could end up being the best deal on name brand clothing that you've ever had. One of the problems with shopping for clothes in Cambodia is that the sizes can be way off. Be sure to judge the sizing by looking at the item and not just the tag. The booth owners are pretty good at sizing you up, so take their advice if you're not sure. If you're struggling to find something you like, why not try the fabric stalls to see if there's a pattern that you can get made into something pretty? There are 4 or 5 fabric stalls around this area. They should be able to tell you how much fabric you need to make a dress, a shirt, whatever you want. You buy the fabric from them and then head to the row of sewing machines located around this area. Here you can find a seamstress or tailor that will make your item based on an existing item you have, or even a photo. You might want to shop around to find someone that will do it for a reasonable price, but also will do it in a reasonable time. I had a shirt made and it took them about 3 days.
Is it ready?
Afternoon.
Afternoon? Okay.
Tomorrow, okay?
Some might be able to turn it around in a day. I'm not really sure though, you'll have to ask. This shirt I had made cost me $18, $5 for the fabric, and $13 for the sewing. Alright, you guys get all your shopping done? Did you get that stabbing device you wanted? You want to go back to that used underwear booth? Get a few more pairs in case you shit yourself again? It's 4 o'clock, it's time to grab a drink at my favorite bar by the market. On the street that runs along the north side, you'll see people setting up to sell fresh fruit, veg, and meat. About midway down the street, keep your eyes peeled for this sign. It's up high around the 3rd floor. You head into a little covered alley, up the steps, up more steps, and you're at the Sundown Social Club. Sarah and I love grabbing a drink here and watching the street below. The market closes down and vendors set up along the street. It's sort of a drive-through food market. Depending on the time of year, you can get a pretty decent sunset here. We like to play a game. If you see a cat on the roof, call it out and the other person has to drink. We call it the cat drink game. Sundown Social Club has a great happy hour starting at 5 p.m. They also have tasty food. I like their fish tacos, but their pizza's pretty good too. They play good music, the staff is super friendly, there are comfy seats, delicious unique cocktails, and cold pints of craft beer. When you're feeling a little bit tipsy, maybe it's time to move on and find dinner. Take your time walking through the chaotic market that is now fully set up on the street just outside of the bar. If you wander over to the street that runs along the west side of the market, you'll find a ton of street food that you can pick up to eat back at your hotel. I like the salad booth a lot, or the grilled meat one. The crispy pork is nice, or maybe go with some roasted duck. If you want a nice sit-down restaurant, I got you covered. Head to the east side of the market and go down street 446. This restaurant, which is a bit hidden away, is called Nisat, and they specialize in seafood. Most of it coming from the Gulf of Thailand, delivered fresh daily. I love the atmosphere of this place. Sometimes we sit in the back where you can watch the lady on the grill. But the main reason we come is because the food is great. You can pick your victim: squid, shrimp, fish, mussels, crabs, clams. Choose how you want it cooked, grilled or stir-fried. Choose what sauce or flavors you want. You can get it in a combo with rice and grilled vegetables. Please, people, take advantage of Cambodia's amazing seafood. I know a lot of travelers are hesitant because they're worried about getting sick, but as long as you go to a reputable place like Nisat, there's nothing to worry about other than, should we order another round of oysters? After dinner, if you're looking for a little dessert, a few blocks south of the market is Pinocchio Gelato, or Pinocchio Gelato. If you want to keep the night going, there are a plethora of cool bars in this area. I'd have a walk down the side streets and see what's popping off. Long After Dark, Amnesia, Hometown Hangout, those are all on Street 454. Or head south to Street 460 where you'll find the Welsh Consulate, Cakes and Craft, The Deck. This is just a sample of places down in Toul Tompoung. It's a really cool neighborhood. I think it's much better than the Riverside area where most of the tourism is happening. I've got a lot more videos about the area, so be sure to check out my channel and subscribe. What's your favorite place to hang out in Toul Tompoung? Maybe I'll run into you there. Take care, comb your hair. I'm out.
Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. For good health. One day I'm really gon' ball. Fuck around and buy the whole mall. Breaking that cake. Flexing 700 in the bank. Not a superhero, I don't save. Look at my face. Look at my grades. Don't match up, no love. Fuck a date. I just fade. When I hit the jack, you can keep the pie. Every night I gamble, I stop. Yeah. When I check the cost, I was like, oh, that's expensive. Ay.